We read so many books, some we don't like, some are okayish, some are good for a one-time read, and then there are some books that leave a mark on us, books that impact us for one reason or the other, books that always stay with us. And there are many books that have stayed with me, books that have impacted me, and that is what I want to share with you all. I want to share with you all the books that I have read till now that have had an impact on me. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about literally all the books, but the books that have had an impact on me. That's also a pretty big list if you ask me. But okay, so yeah, we have divided it in 3 parts, and this is the final part of the video. We have already talked about 22 such books, and in this part we'll be talking about the remaining 11 books that I liked a lot. While we're talking about it, let me tell you, this is in no particular order. It's not those books were better, these books are better. All of them had an impact on me, and I'm randomly talking about these books. So yeah, these are in no particular order at all. Without further ado, let's dive in and let's start talking about these books, and let me tell you why I like these books, what are they about, and everything that I have to say about them, or why you should read them. So let's start. Okay, so this video will start with my favorite author, and the book also that is my favorite book of that author. I'm not saying favorite book of all the books that I have read, no, the favorite book of the author that I'm talking about, and it's Malcolm Gladwell, and the book is Outliers. This book is truly amazing, a book that will humble you, because इस बुक में बताया क्या है, जैसे जब लोग सक्सेस अचीव करते हैं, people like Bill Gates or who have achieved a lot in scientific fields or biggest rock stars, so we just think that they worked hard or something like that, but it's not. Hard work के अलावा there are many other factors which actually determine whether we'll succeed eventually or not, and that's what has been shared in this book, along with all the examples, along with all the research. And bro, I mean, your mind will be blown away after reading this book, and you feel humbled. And जो आप एक status दे देते हो, जो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा successful होते हैं, like you know, those people are next level or they are gifted. I'm not saying they are not or they don't work hard, they do, but that will decrease a little. Like you will start seeing them more as humans instead of idealizing them. So that is why this book is great. You will get to know a lot about success, how people achieved success, what were the factors that helped them. Means there are 2 kind of factors. One, जो उन्होंने खुद से करा, things they did, and the another kind of factors, those were not in control, जो outside, you know, चीज़ें जो उनके कंट्रोल में नहीं थी, that happened, that paved their path, and about that. and इतने सारे examples हैं, इतने सारी चीज़ें बताई गई हैं in this book. Truly amazing. And yeah, I recommend this book to everyone, especially young people who are trying to make their path, who are trying to achieve something. So reading this book, you'll definitely feel good, and it will give you a perspective, it will give you something to think about, a very insightful read and a must read for sure. Next book that we are going to talk about is Ego is the Enemy. Now, I just picked this book up because I thought, okay, you know, I'll get to know something about ego, but this book was much more than that. इसमें भी बहुत सारे practical examples दे रखे थे, and the way Holiday has explained things in this book is really amazing. It impacted me a lot, and like जो इसमें insights दे रखे, like one of the points that I really like in this book that stayed with me was always stay a student. Never think that you have reached. Like, you know, it is done now, I am the pro in this field, or I have achieved everything, I know everything that I need to know about this. Always be a student, always be willing to learn. That is one of my favorite takeaway from this book. There are many others. So yeah, that is why I like this book. I read it a long time ago, but it has stayed with me. And now that I'm talking about it, I don't remember many things. I did make a note about it, but I remember how I felt after reading this book, and that was, everyone should read this book. When I started reading it, it was a little boring in the starting, but as I picked up, this book picked pace, and I really liked. So by the end of it, this book was among my favorite, and I really liked reading this book, so I can vouch for it. And this is a really amazing book. You'll get to learn a lot reading this book. It's very important for anyone who want to become successful, for people who are ambitious, for overachievers, because it is very easy to keep your ego in control. You can remove other people from your path, you can remove obstacles from your path, but if you yourself are the problem, or if you yourself become the obstacle in your path, then who will remove that? So that is why you should read this book. You'll get to know a lot, and it will definitely help you. For all the people who are striving to become something, who are building something of their own, who are working, who are finding their footing, do pick this book. Next, we are going to talk about a fiction, and it's Flawed by Cecilia Ahern. So this book, I could not put this book down. Like, I was just reading. मुझे काम भी बहुत था, पर फिर भी मैं पढ़ रही थी. मैंने पूरी रात बैठ के इस बुक को पढ़ा है, फिर भी ख़त्म नहीं हुई. मेरी भी याद हो, I don't know what was my speed then, but मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम स्पेंड किया इस बुक के साथ, like at a stretch, because मुझे बस पढ़ना था कि अब क्या होगा. So this book has been set in a dystopian society where people are branded with an F mark for doing for very weird things. This book will also horrify you. Like, my mother didn't like it for this reason, that it was horrifying, but she also couldn't put it down. She was also like, ये book मैं रख नहीं पा रही हूँ. But as I said, because it was like, what kind of society is this that they are branding people, and उसके बाद जो brand हो जाते हैं people with them, they have to lead a very different life. और जो reasons हैं, that's weird, and like, you'll be horrified. But it's, luckily we do not live in that society. Maybe कहीं वो सब चीज़ें होती हों. It was, but this book you won't be able to put it down, and it is in 2 parts. So this is there, then there's another part, Perfect, जिसमें स्टोरी ख़त्म होती है. मैंने सोचा था कि मैं एकदम से दूसरा पार्ट नहीं मंगवाऊंगी, बट मुझसे कंट्रोल नहीं हुआ, and I ordered it right away. So very engaging book that you won't be able to put down, and a nice book. जैसे होता है ना, time to time you should read a fiction, a nice that you can just pick up, that you can't put down, read, and it's like a little vacation that you can take without actually going anywhere. So that is why I really like this book. If you're tired of your work, you just want a little break from it, and then you can just get lost in it, and yeah, you will definitely like it, and then you'll order next part also for sure. Next book that we are going to talk about is Factfulness. This one was on Bill Gates' list. I didn't know that he has list, and he puts out his list regularly. I thought this was one book that he recommended, so I should get it, and I was not disappointed. This book is brilliant. Like, even people who do not read, I ask, read this book. You'll get to know a lot. This book is, as it is said, 10 reasons we are wrong about the world and why things are better than we think. That is it. This book is about that. So, a very positive, a very hopeful book. It will make you look towards future more hopefully. And there are many myths that we have in our mind about the world that are not true at all. And author ने डेटा के साथ उन सबको प्रूव किया है कि हाउ दोज थिंग्स आर नॉट ट्रू. एंड ही इज़ नॉट जस्ट, ऐसा नहीं है कि उन्हें अपना ओपिनियन दे दिया कि हाँ मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ऐसा नहीं है, या फिर मुझे ऐसा लगता है. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. विद डेटा, with proper analysis, he has proved those things. So that is why this book is important, especially for younger generation, because you should have a clear mind. You should know how things are in the world. So that is why this book is so damn important. This book will give you perspective. It will give you something to think about. It will make you question a lot of things, and it will clear your head for sure. One of those books which are an essential read. So that is what this book is, an essential book. A book that you should definitely read. So that is why this book is here. It will open your mind. It will expose you to so many different ideas, and you will get to know a lot. Your perspective will change after reading this book. Yeah, definitely. Must read. Next book that we are going to talk about is Atomic Habits. As it has said on the cover, this book is about habits and how you can change your habits, how you can change your life, how you can change your personality, how you can grow just by changing your habits atomically, just by 1% improvement. It is going to compound. Eventually it will compound and it is going to have such a massive impact on you. So instead of going after bigger things every day, if we just improve a little, just slight little improvements, improving 1% every day, that is going to compound. And that is what is there in this book. मे बी आप मेरी बातों से कन्विंस नहीं हो, बट अगर आप इस बुक को पढ़ोगे, आप एग्जाम्पल्स समझोगे इस बुक के, एंड then you'll be totally convinced. And this book has been written beautifully. It's a bestseller. और कितने टाइम से बेस्ट सेलर है, जो भी ये बुक पढ़ते हैं they like it. So many people have read this book. Obviously it's a bestseller, but I got this book because I didn't read any negative review about this book, and मैंने हर बुक के कहीं ना कहीं तो कुछ ना कुछ negative पढ़ा ही है. So I thought, okay, I have not heard negative reviews. सब लोग अच्छे बोलते हैं. Let's see what the fuss is about, and if the book is worth it. And it was totally worth it. बुक में सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको बताया जाएगा कि हैबिट्स कैसे अफेक्ट करती हैं. It won't just inspire you to change your habit, it will also give you a roadmap on how you can change your habit. So one of that book that will inspire you also and give you a proper path that okay, do these things, proper things. So very practical book. आपको बता दिया जाएगा ऐसे ऐसे आप कर सकते हो. And if you do the things that has been said in this book, you will definitely emerge out a much better person. You will be able to work much better and everything will change for good. So this book is going to have a very positive impact on your life if you read it properly, and if you do the things that have been mentioned in this book. Very, very well written by James Clear. Must read for sure. Next we are going to talk about a fiction, a book that I couldn't stop smiling while reading this book or couldn't stop laughing, and it's The Rosie Project. अगर आपने सिटकॉम्स देखे हैं, फ्रेंड्स, बिग बैंग थ्योरी, if you liked it, this book you'll totally enjoy. Well, this book is somewhat like that. Very, very sweet book. Like कुछ बुक्स होती है ना जो पढ़ के आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है, you feel good. So it is like that. The characters, they are adorable, like so sweet. So उनसे भी आप अटैच हो जाओगे, आपको वो बहुत अच्छे लगेंगे, and you will be laughing also. So इस बुक में जो मेन कैरेक्टर है, he sets out on a wife project. He wants to find a perfect wife for him, and the things that he does then, it's so sweet, so nice, because he's somewhat like Sheldon. Like, he does not understand the way of the world or how things operate. So the things that he does, he is actually a scientist, and then he meets a girl, Rosie, and she does not qualify any of the thing that he want in his wife, but how they they become friends and what all he does, and it's very nice, very sweet, and you will definitely be smiling while reading this book. You won't be able to put it down and you will want to read more. Very sweet, nice, fun loving book. So you can read this book anytime, you can pick it up. It is like a nice sweet read, like one of my favorite fiction of all time. I'm not even saying of 2021 or something like that, of all time. So one of the best fiction book that I have read. So you can just cozy up in bed and pick this book up and maybe some green tea, and you'll have the greatest time. Next we are talking about another very, very sweet, very nice book that, and wait, let me just first introduce you to the book, and it's The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. This means before getting this book, I didn't know a book like this were there, and I'm so glad I got to know. By the way, if anybody knows any more such books, do tell me, please. This is basically a graphic book filled with life lessons. When I say life lessons, I do not mean boring, not at all. ये book आप around 20 minutes में ख़त्म कर सकते हो. I gifted this to one of my friend on her birthday. We all friends did, and she also absolutely loved it. My mother read it, she loved it, and she was like, this book is a waste of money, but then she liked it. So actually good, so sweet. Like the illustrations are so sweet, these little things. होता है ना कुछ books बहुत कम में बहुत ज़्यादा भूल जाते हैं, so it is like that. So like if I have to give you an example from this book, like tears fall for a reason and they are your strength, not weakness. Okay, everyone is a bit scared, said the horse, but we are less scared together. So very nice little snippets and very beautiful book. और ये आप बुक बार पढ़ सकते हो, एंड ये बुक आप किसी को भी गिफ्ट कर सकते हो, बिकॉज इवन जो लोग बुक्स नहीं पढ़ते हैं वो भी पढ़ सकते हैं, क्योंकि इतनी जल्दी ख़त्म हो जाएगी. एंड इट इज़ सो नाइस, सो ब्यूटिफुल, वेरी नाइस बुक. डेफिनेटली मतलब ये बुक तो आप पढ़ ही लो. It won't take much of your time, and it is amazing. Trust me, read it. I made a proper video on this only, talking about this book, how it is a perfect book to gift. I'll add the link below, and you can check that out, and you'll get to know more about this book, why this book is perfect. So even if you don't want to gift it to other people, gift it to yourself, and it will be worth it for sure. Trust me on that. Next book that we are going to talk about is another Malcolm Gladwell. We have 3 books by him on this list, and this is the final one. As you can see, I'm a big fan, and he writes also amazing books that leave a mark on you. And the book is Talking to Strangers, as it is said on the cover. उस book में बताया क्या है about while you are talking to strangers, and it's like many times we do not realize many things, we just assume things. जैसे कि इस बुक में examples दे रखा है how even people who are trained in recognizing whether the other person is saying the truth or not, even they couldn't recognize when they were put to test. मतलब जिन्होंने suppose there was an experiment conducted, and these people, agents who knows better than us to recognize whether the other person is lying or not, things like that, even they couldn't recognize. Also, there are many case studies given in this book that will blow away your mind. They will actually make you think, like, how can people get it so wrong? How can they not know the truth? It is like that. You will be blown away, and you will be thinking about those studies for a long time, for sure, if you want to know, because we all talk to strangers at some point or the other. And this book does not really offer a solution, but it gives you a lot to think about, and you will get to know a lot. Your perspective will, your horizon will widen, you will get to know things. And next time you'll be talking to strangers, you can't doubt everyone, but you'll get to know a lot from this book. And yeah, so pick this book up for that. One of those psychology books, business book, case study books full of case studies, and you'll learn a lot from it. Next book that we are going to talk about is The Secret. इस बुक के बारे में शायद आपने सुना होगा, बहुत ज़्यादा पॉपुलर है ये बुक. People talk about this book so much. It's on bestseller list, and one of those books that almost everyone has heard about, though they might have not read it. And the reason I really like this book, or the reason this book impacted me, is that this book is so positive, so positive. Reading this book, you'll get so positive vibes, and you feel like that you can achieve anything. So for all dreamers, for all ambitious people, for all passionate people who want to do something, who want to achieve something, who want to build something, who want to become something, do pick this book up. It will definitely push you forward, and it will give you the much needed optimism that you need. So for all those people, you should pick this book up. There are people who don't think that whatever has been said in this book is possible or is real. So even if it is not, this book will give you positive vibes for sure, and there's no harm thinking positively, is it? So yes, I absolutely love this book. There's another book like this, Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Content is pretty similar, but I like this more. So this is one of those books that you can read for positive vibes. For all the dreamers out there, this book is a must read. Next book that we are going to talk about, it's a fiction that was also nominated for Booker Prize, and it's 10 minutes 38 seconds in this strange world. Now this book was nothing like the books that I have read till now. It's a fiction, and I couldn't put this book down. I mean, कुछ books होती है ना, they are so engaging, and you get to know about different part of life. So basically this book has been based in Turkey, and वहाँ की story है, and you get to know about their culture also, or how situations were at that time. So that is also a positive point. You get exposed to different culture, you get exposed to different ideas, and this book directly touches your heart. You will feel for the character, and you will feel good for the life that you have, because that's pretty amazing if you compare it with the characters in this book. And I don't know much, like I find it so hard talking about fiction books. Like I don't know what to say, but yeah, this book stayed with me, and I think this book will always stay with me. बहुत different तरीके से ये book लिखी गई है. So in the starting only, the protagonist of this book is killed, and then in the next 10 minutes 38 seconds she recounts the life that she has led, and then also after that also a lot happens. So very engaging book, very nice book. Let me see if I can find something here to tell you that I would agree with. No, nothing. So but yeah, if you just maybe pick it up on my recommendation. So yeah, I can say that. And shortlisted for Booker Prize. So yeah, you can. And मैंने author की दूसरी book पढ़ी है, वो भी मुझे काफ़ी अच्छी लगी थी, 40 Rules of Love, but I liked it better, and I couldn't put it down. And very very nice book, and a book that will stay with you. That's all I'll say. Okay guys, next book that we are going to talk about, last but not the least, Jonnathan Livington, Seagull. Now this was a very unexpected read for me. I had some time to spare, and I saw this book in a bookstore, and so thin, so I thought I'll get this book. So it was just like that, and मैंने इस book के बारे में पढ़ रखा था, या फिर मैंने इस book को दूसरे pages पे देखा था. So मैंने book ले ली, and I completed this book on that day itself. I got so lost in this book, so engrossed in this book that I couldn't put down. And बहुत छोटी read भी है वैसे, like जैसे यहाँ पे there are pages like this where so this book is also in 4 parts. I thought I'll read one part, but फिर मैंने अच्छा दूसरा भी पढ़ लेते हैं, अच्छा फिर एक और पढ़ लेते हैं, and मैंने पूरी बुक पढ़ ली. This is a fable. मुझे पता नहीं था क्या होते हैं ये. फिर मैंने जब मॉन्क हू सोल्ड हिज फेरारी पढ़ा और ये पढ़ा, so I think I understand. I have an idea what they are. Not that much कि मैं आपको explain कर सकूँ. So please Google it. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain that. But this book is also a very inspirational book for dreamers who want to do something. So this is that kind of book that it will push you. It will tell you that there are no limits. You should take risks. You should do whatever you feel like doing. You should put your heart into it. And जो भी आप कर सकते हो, constantly keep working. जो path है, रास्ता है, वो अपने आप आपके लिए clear होता जाएगा. You will achieve much more than you are thinking of achieving, or much more than you think you are capable of. So this book is like that for all the dreamers out there, for all the people who want to achieve something. This is the book for you. This is a very very inspirational book, and you won't be able to put this book down, and it's such a short read. So guys, just pick it up and read it. Okay guys, so these were the final 11 books that impacted me. In the previous 2 videos we talked about 11 books, and in total we have talked about 33 books now. I mean, I can't believe I talked about these many books. My throat. I have shared all the books that had impacted me, that still are with me. I remember these books. They occupy a place in my heart, and I think they always will, for one reason or the other. I've told you what these books are about, so you can pick up according to your requirement, according to your taste, according to the things that are going on in your life, so you can pick up an appropriate book for you. The links have been attached below, so if you buy there, if you can buy it from there, those are affiliate links, as you might know. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped. I hope you can find the right book for you from these or the previous two. All the books that are nice, all the books that I felt good about. So yes, I'm sure in 33 books में से कोई ना कोई book तो आपको आपके लिए मिल जाएगी, which will be perfect for you. I'm sure about that. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next. Bye bye.